All right, welcome to another video from the Chart Readers. So this is episode 1 of Stock Talks. So what we have been looking at on the major market breakdowns, we're gonna basically do the exact same thing on individual tickers. So there are no endorsements to buy or sell. I'm just giving you my opinions based on charts that I see, and then clearly you should be doing whatever you want with your own money and really try to get a couple opinions, right? With technical analysis, most people should be saying the same thing, right? Some people might have a couple differences in the lines that they use. They might use other indicators. Nonetheless, you should be seeing some consistencies amongst, I don't know if you're listening to a couple people or not. Nonetheless, I do appreciate you listening to me. So what I'm going to do is look across, I think, 4 oil tickers. So what I actually like to do is find a sector that looks good. And, if I can find 3 or 4 in that sector, kind of start narrowing in on which one I like best, right? So we are looking at OXY. This is Occidental Petro. If you follow Warren Buffett, you would know that he recently made a pretty big buy in this bad boy, actually. So when Buffett's in a stock, a lot of people like to look at it. So because of that, it's something that I actually look at as well. So give me 1 second. I got someone at the door. Okay. All right. So what are we looking at here, right? We're obviously on the daily. I'm going to hide these lower indicators for the moment. Give me a second. So starting up here, okay, a couple good things look nice, right? Yesterday, this right here, we talked about this doji shape, right? There's generally a lot of inconsistency and uncertainty. It looked like there were minutes where it wanted to run, but then it just clearly didn't, right? And it ended down here. Well, today it looks like it took that run, Additionally, you can see yesterday we were over the 8. We also were over the 20 and the 100. So that was a pretty nice day yesterday. And today we got a pretty good confirmation of not only these, but it looks like we are now testing the 50. So at this point, there's a couple things you can think about, right? Obviously, a lot of people made some good money in the last couple days, right? So there could be a sell-off, right? Generally, it's a little harder to break what we call the moving averages, right? And this is the last one. Nonetheless, I would say what I liked was the fact that we pretty much closed or at least tested the top of this. And you can see the next real test is pretty much 64.14 before we fill the rest of this gap, right? Maybe around 68, right? So I would do 2 things. One, I would try to wait for maybe one more day confirmation. Do we actually close over the 50 tomorrow as well? Today we obviously did, but you want some confirmation, right? From there, it might go down and it could test as low as 61.48. You see it lines up with this day right here and almost half of this big day right here, right? So it was only a 4% jump. So though this looks like a big green line, it really wasn't, it's monstrous, right? So there is really no reason to believe you can't also keep going one more time. So if we open above this line, so let me actually get the exact number. The high of the day here was 62.97. If you open above 62.97, I can easily see it going as high as 64.14. If we break 64.14, I can easily see us running to 67.77 or even 68.38. So again, a few numbers. Hopefully you wrote those down. Worst case, obviously you pause these videos and go back. But if we get a good open on Oxy should look good to run at least maybe the rest of this gap. Worst case, let's hold right here. Let's hold that 50% line right there. Sorry, it's a little higher up. 61.50. Don't close below 61.50 tomorrow and it should be okay. So by the way, if you saw that movement, this is a live chart. We are in after hours right now, so there might be some movement while I speak. So the next ticker in this, we're going to go to INDO. So this is Indonesia Energy Corp. Okay, couple things happening here, right? Again, we're on the daily on INDO. It looks like the last 3 days have actually all closed over the 8. So though it kind of looks like we've actually been in like a downward trend, there's a couple good things happening here. We closed above the 8 on, what was this day? On the 13th. And it looked like we were essentially doing a channel bounce between the 20 and the 8, right? It took about 3 days, but all 3 days were still above the 8. Today, we actually closed above the 20 as well. So this could be seen as the confirmation for the 8 break, really, even though we had all 3 the last couple days, right? That's a pretty good confirmation, I would say. A green confirmation is generally a little better. So at this point, if we actually can break this 20, if we can get one more day confirmation, there's a good amount of room right here for this guy to run. So let me see where this line is. So I can see this being a good test point. So 735. If you want, you can almost wait to see what 735 to almost 750. I can almost even say that. If it broke 750, that might be the safest place to enter. If it looks like this line right here is not going to be a big test, I would do that. And you see, look, the line obviously showed 49. There was a couple where it was a little bit lower. I like to round to a good even number, right? People like 5s and 0s. So I think an entry at 750 could be maybe a safer one. Nonetheless, look, if we get one more green day tomorrow over the 20, that's great. Worst case, let's at least close over the 20, right? So what's the exact number? Let's look over there. 675 is a good round number. If we're above 675 tomorrow, that's perfect. And then again, 750 I think might be the next wall right now before what looks like almost another 2 something, a couple bucks, right? And that's a pretty nice percentage on a $7 stock, right? So INDO. Next up, we're going to look at CEI. So this is Camber Energy Inc. Again, same basic story as the last one we just looked like. So yesterday, we did not actually close over the 8. So today was the first day we closed over the 8 and the 20. I think I would need a little bit more confirmation here. Now, don't get me wrong. A 12-day jump on a single day is very nice, right? You can see it ran almost a little over 45 cents, right? So it got a little higher than it did today. And again, on a 42-cent stock, going up pennies is actually almost 10%, right? So don't poo-poo a couple pennies when you're looking at a couple penny stock. So I would really like to see one more day confirmation to see that we actually broke this 8 and we actually broke the 20. At the very minimum, we need to stay over 41 cents tomorrow. Staying over 41 cents gives us over the 20, and it gives us a little more than 50%. I can see this being a nice little support line right here. From there, it looks like, okay, so 44 cents looks like it's a pretty good wall because there was this day as well as this point right here. So if we can break 44 cents, again, we just kind of start climbing, right? We'll probably test these 3 right here. And then, yeah, I could see either this line right here at 57 or just this actual 50 at 54 being the ultimate line. But again, look, you're at 43 cents, right? So there is a nice percentage to be made here if it happens, right? Got to see if these go over, and then got to see if these go over. So, I just realized that we didn't look at our lower indicator. So let me go back real quick. Sorry about that. See, this is the first time we're doing this episode, right? So I got to get into the groove. So, hey, that's a nice MACD on OXY. Okay, cool. It looks like we're peaking up, and it looks like we're actually significantly higher than we were on what was the last peak. So there was clearly a climb down. Hey, we might be making a climb up. So OXY looks to be sit. And take a look at this. This is actually our 0 line. So another day, and really, I think if we could beat this line, right, this number right here, the 64.13, that might take us to the 0 line on the MACD. And obviously, you want to be positive numbers over negative numbers. At the very minimum, you want green over red, right? Let me raise it just a little bit more to give the RSI some room. A little too close to call, and it does look like the red is over the green. Nonetheless, I think I'll take what I said earlier as the main notes. We looked at INDO afterwards, so let's look at these two lower indicators. Okay, really the same story, and I think a little better story on the RSI. So the MACD has at least surpassed it. I would call the surpass moment here. It looked like it started to converge right here, and really they've just been kind of running parallel right here, right? So I think a good day tomorrow, if we can actually break the 20 and confirm it tomorrow, that should also help with the RSI. And then let's wind it out on CEI. Hey, CEI actually has some better indicators down here. So that could, ooh, excuse me, a little hiccup. That could be nice, and that could actually give us a chance to test this region tomorrow. I actually really like that we got a nice little divergence. It's going away, right? This is kind of staying down here while that's going up, and clearly we have a nice little break right here. Again, don't underestimate the importance of confirmation. I've lost a good amount of money just assuming that it's going to keep running. It was nice to go up while I said that, but believe me when I say it could easily come down a little bit, right? So if you're not in already, I would say try to get another day confirmation, or if you see it just kind of in this 3-day zone right here and it looks like it wants to run, hey, right, we kind of said that this guy right here, nope, this guy right here, right? No, we're already there, right? Oh no, that was earlier. Yeah, the 44 cents. That was our number, right? Yeah, exactly, 44 cents. Perfect. Again, go back and forth on this video to look at numbers. I'll figure out a cleaner way to kind of summarize these, and if you join the email, maybe it'll be easier for me to do it on email. So the last ticker I did want to look at, and we're going a little longer than I wanted to, but hopefully, again, you guys are liking this. IMPP. So I'll keep the lower indicators there. So actually a little bit of a reversal. It looks like the MACD hasn't quite taken off here, but the RSI is starting. Today was the first day over the 8, but we did not quite get over the 20. You can see it tested it. I'm going to zoom in. Actually did get over the 20 at one point today, but again, came back to where we were. How did we do against this? Look at that. So that line was ultimately our resistance right there. And I like this being the next test. So if we open at 47 cents and it looks like it's going to go up, I can see 47 cents being a nice entry. This might also be another one. So yeah, 49 cents. So really around that 50-cent mark. It's not going to leave a lot of room because I imagine this line right here will be a test. So for all I know, it might be worth waiting to see if we break the 50, right? But nonetheless, we are down here, and look, a run between here and 50 cents is, yeah, it actually is more than 10%. So again, don't poo-poo a 10% if it's there. So all right, again, a couple minutes more than I wanted to do, but hopefully this was a good view. Again, let me stress, all of these were in a daily view, right? So it's important to understand that the daily is going to move a lot quicker than the weekly, than the monthly, and so on, right? So maybe I'll start trying to do weekly views. I'm not too sure, but I'm probably going to stay daily more, and my plan would be to essentially do this, stay in a family of tickers and go from there. So hopefully you enjoyed this. If there's anything you want me to review, let me know. And if you haven't already, check out the website, chartreaders.com. You can do it with the or without the, actually. Here you'll find all my daily market videos. This is the first episode of Stock Talks. And then I'm filling the Knowledge Center with some educational videos. And then at the very end is where you'll sign up for the emails. Everything is free. Hey, I hope you've enjoyed this.